All right, so the coin we are covering today is the Internet Computer Protocol, or ICP. I still can't believe it's called Internet Computer Protocol. It used to be called Definity, which is just the foundation now that supports ICP. But Definity is like an infinitely cooler name, in my opinion. But ICP, like Tezos was one of the very much hyped Ethereum killers and Bitcoin killers from the last cycle. And yeah, even some thought it could make Bitcoin obsolete. And Silicon Valley investors poured a ton of money into it. Andreessen Horowitz, or A16Z, and Polychain plunked down a combined $163 million in two separate funding rounds back in 2018. And then when ICP finally launched on Coinbase, it saw pretty much the biggest Coinbase pump of all time, but has since come down about 95% since then. There was a lot of insider selling. Everyone was calling it a big scam rug pull, which you can't really blame the insiders and the VCs. I mean, ICP went from zero to $57 billion in market cap pretty much immediately. And a lot of them probably, had hopes that maybe one day down the road, ICP could get that high, or, once the team fully builds out, the protocol, gets some adoption, network effects, proves itself. But, it just, if within the span of one day, I think it was in the top 10. I think it was maybe seven on CoinMarketCap. So you don't see that very often. So with those guys taking money off the table, you can kind of understand. And then you can also kind of understand the other side of it. Crypto Twitter just completely lighting it on fire, and everyone, at this point pretty much hates ICP. They do, no marketing to speak of, which certainly doesn't help their cause. Their founder and chief scientist, Dominic Williams, is a brilliant guy. He invented threshold relay, probabilistic slot consensus, and is a real leading mind in the crypto space. But he does a terrible job of telling the ICP story and explaining its potential. He's just, very much an engineer, who can't really communicate ideas to human beings. And he kind of comes off as kind of a prick, kind of like a Gavin Wood from Polkadot, kind of those kind of vibes. But so it's no wonder it's hated so much by the community. And but in my opinion, as we kind of look for these deep values in the market, especially when the market is pumping so high, obviously none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. Certainly, recommending ICP as a buy is not a very popular idea. So certainly not financial advice, especially when we're talking about these deep values that will, could make you look like an idiot. But I think ICP, especially at today's level of around $5 billion, is worth a small dart throw. They are finally starting to ship some impressive code here, and their grand vision, which is basically the most lofty and just of any protocol or project out there, is starting to become kind of less of a complete fairy dust fever dream by a bunch of Silicon Valley VCs. They just released smart contract abilities for Bitcoin, and they just opened up their Ethereum bridge to connect Terabitha, the name of the bridge, to East Layer One. Again, horrible at naming things, horrible at marketing. But in my mind, it could just be a very big deep value. It's a huge deep value here if they're able to get some network effects going and get some meaningful traction. Because ICB is basically saying, here's a completely new architecture of the internet built on blockchain, kind of like an AWS on blockchain steroids, mixed with, faster speeds than Solana. The grand vision is pretty impressive. And if they can get anywhere near that, I think this could be, at these current prices, a great value, even though it is, in 5 billion, which is still pretty high. I think they're in the top 50 still on Coin Market Cap. But yeah, they're currently $28.58. ICP at its height got up to $750.73. Pretty much everyone was convinced it was going to take over, cryptocurrency and unseat Ethereum by summer or the end of summer, and it's just come crashing down since then. But as we kind of look for deep value in these markets, I see Internet Computer Protocol kind of peaking up here, and could be a source of, outsized returns here in the next few months, potentially. Obviously, not investing too much of my of my stack on Internet Computer Protocol, or ICP, or the insane clown posse. But yeah, and I think a lot of people rightly, knock it for being too centralized, and it is pretty much the most centralized thing out there in terms of all the layer ones. But not much more centralized than a Solana. And if we get to the point, which it seems like we are, where kind of who cares if it's centralized, they'll eventually work it out, and it's just the ones that can really work the best and provide the greatest value. Then that kind of brings you back to Internet Computer Protocol. But anyway, that's just kind of my thesis. Let me know what you guys think of Internet Computer Protocol. I hate even saying that, saying that name. But let me know your price predictions. Is ICP dead? Does it have some life left? Can it surge here? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, give a like and subscribe if you're watching on iTunes or Spotify. If you guys could give us a solid review to the podcast there, that would be fantastic and a huge help. Every little bit helps. And yeah, if you guys want to check out BlockFi and get that credit card, use that link down below to get 3.5% back in Bitcoin whenever you use the credit card. I use it every day. I love it. And then that savings account, I use the heck out of that BlockFi savings account. You get 9.5% back on USDT if you stake it there, 9% back on USDC and USDG, the Gemini one. So yeah, great savings account there. Use that link to get 250 or up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin when you sign up. But yeah, there's the BlockFi shill, and we should be doing a live stream tonight. So follow us on Twitter to get those notifications for when we go live there. And yeah, stop by and say hi tonight. And if not, I will see you tomorrow. We'll do another coin analysis for you. All right. Hope everyone had a good holiday and is gearing up to have a great new year here in 2022. All right, guys, I'm going to hit stop recording and leave you guys alone.